remains of a World War II veteran were brought back to Tulsa today after 81 years. Staff Sergeant David Holeman died in a prisoner of war camp in 1942 and has now been identified through DNA.
Incredible story. He was honored at Tulsa International Airport and given an escort to Kansas, where his funeral will be held. Fox 23's Alex Cash is live after being at the airport for this moment that was decades in the making. Alex.
This was really emotional to see. Seeing this flag-draped coffin and the escort of this World War II hero as he was finally taken home. Honouring and paying tribute to a World War II hero. After 81 years, Staff Sergeant David Holeman is making his final journey home.
There's nothing more as far as a veteran than honouring that sacrifice and honouring the way that they fought for us.
Staff Sergeant Holeman was 39 and from Kansas. He died in a Philippine prisoner of war camp in July 1942 and had been buried in an unknown grave. When Japanese forces invaded the Philippine Islands in 1941, he was captured and, along with thousands of others, subjected to the 65-mile Bataan Death March. In 2018, experts started examining remains and he was identified through DNA. His flag-draped coffin was flown into Tulsa Wednesday. Kimberly Denning, Executive Director of the Eastern Oklahoma Healthcare System, says this is a big moment for his family.
And it's just super important that they get that closure of knowing, that their family member is going to be laid to rest. And believe it or not, there are a lot of people that don't have their closure. There are a lot of people that are in our unmarked graves everywhere, and as they turn these things around and give this closure to the family, I think it's just a remarkable thing.
Along with Oklahoma Highway Patrol, veteran groups and around 40 bikers escorted Staff Sergeant Holeman from Tulsa to Independence, Kansas, where his funeral will be held.
His family's been 80 years without having him return home. It's an absolute honor to be able to escort him on his trip home.
It's a privilege, and it's an honor, and it's a responsibility, and, an obligation, if you will. What that man went through, I can't begin to fathom.
It doesn't matter whether they died in service, last week or 40 years ago. If there's an opportunity to bring them home, that's what we're going to do.
The veterans say it's important to help finally bring a hero home. Bikers from Oklahoma as well as Kansas and Missouri joined that escort today. They all called him a true hero. Holeman will be buried in Independence, Kansas on Friday. Covering news that matters, I'm Alex Cash, Fox 23 News.